You may have seen Swanky Box's video about exploring Luigi's Mansion, but you definitely do not know the pain that went into making this model. I'm not saying I did not enjoy this. I did have a lot of fun the whole time, but this model was not easy to make. August 19. I am playing Mario Kart and want to make the responsive events, and I get bored and decide to check Twitter. Swanky Box has contacted me and asked me if I could import Luigi's Mansion into Mario Galaxy. I said something along the lines of, yeah, this will only take an afternoon. Oh boy. August 20. Swanky gets me the model of Luigi's Mansion, and I start the conversion. I first start with making a BDL of it, or the appearance of what it looks like in the game. All goes well, only had to edit the MTL's code a small bit to get it to work. Then there was a collision. I forgot to check the polygon count before I put it into the collision creator. One thing I want to say, when doing a collision, I need to assign a sound code for every texture. There were 43 textures in this model. Then I remember, after I hit save, that the collision creator can only handle 24,000 faces. This model had 27,000 or so. I normally use my strategy of using a decimate tool in Blender to remove a few triangles, but surprise, that did not work. That means I had to create this model in 2 parts, and we edited the video to make it appear as one whole model. That means I had to delete a few things in Blender as well. I have now used all of my knowledge on Blender. I exported the model when I went to go add collision. It worked, thank God, and I packed the file into an ARC named it Luigi's Mansion. August 21. I send the file over to Swanky and start work on a level design. This is where the problem started. You won't believe this, but every single triangle was facing the wrong way. It looked fine in Blender, but suddenly as soon as it was put in Mario Galaxy, well, it just did not work. Remember how I said I don't really know how to use Blender that well? Luckily, Swanky Box knows how to fix this. We slowly work our way in getting everything looking right. Eventually, it starts looking recognizable. Later on, we finally got to the point where we need to share videos to show the errors and minor details. But then Twitter started not letting me send videos, so we had to send them another way. Technology loves us, doesn't it? August 22nd. This is my birthday on that day, so I decided to spend it dealing with this. Fun, isn't it? Because I was tired of exporting things over and over in extended OBJ format, I give Swanky Box a tutorial on how to set up the exporting for extended OBJ and what to name the files. This ended up making my life so much easier, you have no idea. And suddenly, instead of the visual model taking 15 minutes to make, it would take 5. At this point, the model was starting to look recognizable. The only issue was transparency. You may have noticed the 2D trees and the top of the fence look weird. That's because the OBJ format that I use does not support transparency, and using OPJ to BDL is the only way that I know of to import custom models. Parts look weird, but I cannot fix that. August 23. Today is the day collision will finally be added. I start early morning and comes to a problem in Blender. If I remove the top part of the fake skybox, I start to move at the speed of a brick in Blender and can't move, so the top part has collision. It's just 2 triangles, so it won't matter anyway. I removed the shack, the trees at the start, and the wheelbarrow's collision so I can actually make the collision map. So I did a sound code and placed the file in the game. I decided to replace a Bakobi Galaxy, or better known as Right Side Down Galaxy. I go and add normal stuff, like the star, the comet medal, the skybox, the model itself. I learned that the proper scaling for Luigi's Mansion model is about 6 times larger than the model's current size. Not that much of a problem, you can scale it inside the editor. Finally, I go and set the Power Star ID to 1. The map file is finally done. On to the scenario. I touched this up slightly so it won't crash upon loading a level, and send a level to Swanky Box. Haha, remember when I said I named the file Luigi's Mansion? Turns out that Swanky can only replace current models in the game because he uses emulator, and not add new ones. So I had to go and rename every file and recompress the ARC so that way it can be used on emulator. August 24 to 25. Nothing happens. August 26. It is time for the test. It is happening. We're finally gonna be done. Swanky boots up the game and flies into Right Side Down Galaxy. Upon entering the level, the file select screen shows up and it crashes 2 seconds after entering it. Sigh. August 27. I think it might just be a problem on emulator, but I don't have time to check on it, so I contact the Great Waluigi who is helping out with SMGC. if they could test it. They tested it and the same thing happened. That only means that I had to move everything from Right Side Down Galaxy to Red Blue EX Galaxy, also known as Flip Swap Galaxy. This takes about 20 to 30 minutes, and I get back to the Great Waluigi, and it works. Not everything can go right, can it? There ended up being 20 to 30 triangles that still needed to be flipped. August 28, nothing happens. August 29, Swanky gives me the new model and I convert it to BDL. I don't bother to make a new collision map and just ask Swanky to avoid the parts that are flipped. But I noticed one single thing that was wrong. It is so infuriating that it was not worth to doing anything about. One single triangle was flipped. I don't care at this point, it's barely noticeable anyway. August 31st. It is the day. The model in the level works on emulator. Just had to do a few more things and I'm done. I added a launch star to the level and then I called it done. It was never actually used in the video. Between the time where the model was done and the video was uploaded, we had a few minor discussions on some stuff. Nothing was really noticeable. And this is where the project ended, right with this video. I will upload a response video on my alt to things that Swanky asked me to do, and stuff that he missed. The links to that video will be in the description when it's uploaded.